I would describe courage in sport as being brave enough to try new things, even if it means you might be the only one that believes you can do it. I think for me that is a big scary thing to do. So I think being able to back yourself in your ability and try new things and put yourself outside of that comfort zone, and knowing that if you have enough belief in yourself, that's enough. You don't need someone else to also believe in you. I think the mental challenge of being in the single scull is different to when you're in a crew boat, because it is just you out there, and especially when there's really tricky conditions. Like if I drop my oar in a quad, we're not going to capsize, but the chances are in a single, if you drop your oar, and I have, you fall out of the boat mid-race, which is always a humbling experience. Rowing is a very mentally challenging sport. And from my perspective, from all the sports that I've sort of done, I would say that rowing has a pretty significant balance between like mental concentration, physiology, but also technique. 7 minutes doesn't seem like a very long time, but it's a long time, and I think you could have a race, someone sitting side by side with you the whole way, and it's okay, who's going to crack first? I think one of the advantages that we have the National Training Centre is that you're versing the best in the country every time you go out on the water, and I think some of the hardest sessions I've had are like 2K sort of step rate sessions, which are trying to replicate a race at a lower intensity, and you'll have people next to you the whole time. So I think that's important in just I think to perform well in rowing, you need to be able to consistently put yourself in high pressure scenarios which are uncomfortable. I remember my Alfie Young, he used to intentionally wash me off when I would be warming up or say things that he knew would irritate me, and if I showed even the smallest reaction, he'd be like, no, I got under your skin, like what are you going to do? And he'd always come back to, it has to be water off a duck's back, you have to be totally unshakable. I do take a lot of inspiration from Kim Brennan, and I do still keep in contact with Kim. She's a very impressive woman, and I think she has such a great understanding of the boat class, and she's just like a wealth of knowledge. So I definitely watched her growing up, and even when I first met her, I was like asked to have coffee with her, and I was like, wow, so what are all the tricks? And it's awesome to have someone that understands the single so well. Obviously Kim is a rowing legend, and so I think I can attempt to achieve what she's done, but a lot of hard work and many few years to go.